see. Put it in the PowerPoint side so I can use this.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get the lectern up here.
Oh,
That's what I was working on the
that thing's heavy. Do you need help?
get it around, that's the question.
Let's see if I can go back.
It's all right. It's really a stall. We've got people coming, just in case.
Have it on film.
There we go. All right. Okay. Good evening. I think I've met everybody sometime or another. My name is Alison Kinderfather, and I am the Customer Service Coordinator for Student Technology Services. I've been here about 3 years, it'll be about 4 years in October. And started out as a temp, came down here with no idea what was going to be going on at the desk, no idea what kind of questions would be coming or what kind of answers to give. They had no structure at all, and so we just kind of built this program from the ground up. I'm going to make sure you guys have all the things you need to be able to handle all the questions that come through at the front desk. Calling it Help Desk Etiquette. Welcome to the customer service part of the training at Student Technology Services. Mike is going to tell you about the technology and the tools you need to fix the computer issues that are brought to the help desk. But first, we want to make sure that you have the skills and ability to handle the people part of the help desk job. Okay? Let's look at some of the skills you'll need to bring every day when you work at the help desk. Okay. I know you've heard this before, and it really is true. You only have one chance to make that good first impression. In any front desk position, it's very important to project a positive image. Greet the customer with a smile and offer your help. Good afternoon. Do you need some technology help? Or, hello, how can we help you today? Once you've explained, the person has explained the issue, you might want to ask their name and then try and use their name a lot when you're talking to them. As you fix the problem, mention their name, it makes them feel like you don't see them just as a computer problem, that you see them as a person who really has the problem with their computer. As part of your positive image, our employees are expected to maintain an appropriate appearance that's businesslike, neat, and clean. Your clothing and your appearance should not be soiled or unkempt at all. We're allowed to dress in what's called today a business casual manner. Think about how your dress reflects your own skills and your customers' perception of your abilities. By not dressing appropriately, their first impression is that you either lack professionalism or that you're not to be taken seriously anyway. So we'll be monitoring appearances and looking at everybody. Management thinks if you're not dressed appropriately, they may be asking you to go back and clean up and then come back to the office. We're not asking you to go all out here and dress for success, but please be aware that of your appearance and try to present a clean, pressed, and put together look. The next skill is my personal favorite, a cheerful and helpful attitude. Your attitude is critical for the success at the help desk. You want to maintain a positive, upbeat, and helpful attitude at the front desk. Our customers want quick, efficient, and friendly service. Smile, and you can be sure your attitude will follow you through the day. All right, let's practice. I feel great.
I feel great.
I'm thinking good thoughts today.
I am thinking good thoughts today.
I will do great things.
I will do great things.
Okay, feel better? When your state of mind is influenced by these good feelings, these good thoughts and actions, you'll benefit. Your energy level will be heightened and you'll feel better. People will want to listen to you and your credibility is strengthened. With this improvement in your temperament, your great attitude will spread to others. Another way to show your helpful attitude is with your body language. Be attentive to the customer, make eye contact with them, and smile a lot. You can nod your head too. And that shows that you're understanding what they're saying and you're listening to them and you're getting an acceptance from them that they're understanding what you're talking about also. After working with the customer and a solution is found, confirm that they're happy with the outcome. Before finishing up, ask, is there anything else we can do for you? Or how can I help you with any other issues that you might have? If there's nothing else to do, go ahead and send them on their way with a smile and a friendly farewell. Will you come back if you have any other technology issues? We're here to help. Bye now. All right, SDS needs some team players. We all work together here, and now that you're part of us, working here with us, we want you to feel like you're a part of the team also. Here are some ways we found to build teamwork. We want you to share the responsibility. Your fellow employees are an important part of your work. The basis of all teamwork is shared responsibility and a shared commitment. Get to know your fellow workers so that you'll know who you can call upon to help you with your issues that come up at the desk. We'll be doing some more skill sharing in August, so the information will be fresh and you'll know who to turn to next year. This is what we did last year. We made a list of all the skills that people thought they really knew and then skills they really wanted to learn. We're sharing that throughout the year. Remember to keep it positive. Working on a team may feel a little bit different to some of you, but be willing to take a fresh look and be open to any approach that people bring to the table. Keep up the team's morale by using the positive language when discussing any ideas. Don't be putting down people's ideas. They're trying to throw things out and we can work on them together. Keep your attitude positive and the ideas will flow between the team. Trust your teammates. Becoming a team player also requires that we trust the others in our team. Strive to gain and maintain a high level of trust with the others on your team. Don't be afraid to ask others for help. We're all here to teach and to learn from each other. Remember to share the credit with your team. Don't hesitate to share credit with or about your teammates. If you're offered an individual praise, go out of your way to include your deserving teammates. They will notice and appreciate these pats on the back, and they may repay those pats with interest. You want to have respect for each other on the team. Mutual respect helps you bond as a team. It's much easier to give your best each day once you know and respect the individuals you work with. Talk with your teammates about their classes, their past jobs, their hobbies, their skills. The time you spend together will help you to see one another as individuals, and you'll come to respect each other's capabilities. Respect is a powerful motivator too. It makes people want to do their best, not just for the team, but for one another. And lastly, try to solve problems together as a team. Who should we turn to when challenges and difficulties arise? The answer, of course, is the team. We're here to help each other. We need to believe that everyone else will follow through and deliver on their assignments. Only team members who trust each other can successfully solve the problems together. All right? Much of the work we do here is over the counter and face-to-face with real people. However, there's many calls that do come in over the phone. Either situation, you really need to be aware and cognizant of the polite speaking manners that you want to bring forth to provide those good customer service skills. Polite speaking manners start with a smile. You want to project confidence, helpfulness with your voice. Smile and look up. Look at the person. Look them in the eye. Smile when they walk in the door. Welcome them. Be friendly before you even know who it is. I assure you, smiling before you pick up the phone will send that smile right through the phone lines. Smiling even improves the quality of your tone of voice. With your voice, you'll want to sound friendly and helpful. The aim here is to sound upbeat, clear in your words, direct in your answer, and natural and under control of the situation. The customer will have more confidence in your abilities when you speak clearly and directly to them. At the desk and on the phone, beware of talking too loudly. Our office is also a lab there in the front, and there are many other people who are trying to work nearby. Also, the customer's problem should remain between you and the customer. If you need any assistance with an issue, don't yell across the room or down the hall. Excuse yourself from the customer, go get somebody to help, and then return to the counter. Enunciation is critical to solving our customers' problems. You're using terminology that they may not know. Speaking directly, clearly, and distinctly with the customers at the counter, and especially on the phone. Pause occasionally to give them time to absorb what you're telling them. This will increase their understanding and further their education about their own computer. In person, nod your head. Make sure the customer is following along with you and your explanation of what their problem is. Very important that we use appropriate and professional language. Avoid overworked words like yeah and awesome. Take the time to explain to the customer any technical expressions or acronyms you're using. RAM, OS, motherboard. Try not to sound too techy. Make sure your language imparts a confidence and a reliability. Some people are really at the lower end of the understanding of this technology, and you do need to take the time so that they understand exactly what it is you're explaining. I had somebody tell me that her, not motherboard, she said motorboard, her motorboard was out, or something, you know, I mean, they just hear something totally different, they're trying to relate it to what they do know of it. So explaining it is very important. All right. Your listening ability is a skill that can always be developed further. So try to cultivate these good habits. First, give the caller your full attention. Stay focused on them and be patient with them. Second, take good notes, starting with their name, because you're going to use that often. Note any bits of information they're giving you, their residence, their phone number, the steps they've already taken, the type of equipment they have, anything that they mention that might prove useful later, especially when you're having to fill out a trouble ticket. You don't want to have to ask the person twice for the same information. Thirdly, you want to ask questions to clarify the issue. While restating the problem for them, probe more deeply for information for any items that you might be unsure of. If they seem to be rambling, try to pull them back in to get back to the issue. Don't assume that they've taken all the easy steps. Again, the easy steps to you may be something they totally don't even know how to do. Clarify the issue with your questions and make sure that you are aware of the root problem that you're trying to fix. Make sure you understand the customer's needs before you try to fix them. Repeat any information that's important, especially when taking messages on for someone else, phone messages, or writing anything down for anybody you're going to give them later. Make sure the information is correct by repeating the numbers to the caller to verify that it's right. We're going to focus on the problem solving with your listening. The root issue may not be what they're talking about. They're more likely explaining all the symptoms and where they had to go to get this done and that done and why it wasn't working, but you want to get to the focus on the cause. Your listening ability is going to help you differentiate between the symptoms and the disease. All right, now let's talk about some of the key principles and how we can best manage the customer and their issue. When dealing with the customers, always try to maintain or even try to enhance their self-esteem. Make them feel valued and respected. They're important to us. They're our customers. Say things like, well, I can tell you're picking this right up. Or, you'll be an expert if this issue ever comes up again. Remember to listen carefully and respond with empathy to their issues. It's important that the customer knows they're being heard, that their issue is understood, and that we care about them as a person. Again, nodding your head and understanding while restating the issue to be sure that the actions you're going to take are the ones that are going to solve their problem. When crafting a solution, try to involve the customer. Offer them all the options and then let them choose. Try using phrases like, with your permission, I'll go ahead and run this scan. That way you can make sure that they're aware of what you're going to do and that they understand that this is going to fix the problem that you've just been talking about. It'll make them feel good to be involved in the process and any decision that's going to affect them. Giving away ownership of the answer empowers the customer without diminishing you at all. By giving them ownership of the solution, you will have the customer who's happy with the answer. All right. To actually provide good customer service, let's try to follow these service steps. Acknowledge the customer promptly and courteously with a smile and friendly greeting. We're here to help anyone who comes in. Listen carefully and patiently to the customer. Let them talk and then clarify the issue by restating the problem. Make sure you understand the customer's needs before you take any action. As I said, we're here to help the customer. No matter what the issue, STS needs to meet their expectation for help. If it's a computer issue, we're here to help. If they need information or directions, we can pull out the map or the phone book. If they need to be referred to another department, we'll help them make that connection. Whatever it takes to make them happy and be satisfied as a customer, we're here to meet their expectations. And remember to always, always, always follow through on any commitment you make to a customer for any reason. Lastly, we want to confirm that the customer is satisfied with the answer before finishing the conversation and sending them on their way. You can ask them, does that answer your question? Can I help you with anything else? This is something I've been working on myself. I got a little sticker over the phone at the front desk saying anything else. Personally, I'm still working on this one. Just like exercise, developing muscle memory, these exercises and these habits will become good habits for exceeding customer expectations. Occasionally at the front desk, you might encounter an unhappy customer. I want you to look at this situation as an opportunity to provide exceptional customer service. By using this next customer service tool, you'll begin to develop a process that can be very helpful when dealing in any heated situation. When things get hot, you should be prepared to take the heat. By that I mean, hear them out. Don't interrupt, just listen to their comments. By allowing them to tell the whole story without interruption, it releases their blood pressure, gives them more time to relax and to become more receptive to your message. It also helps you when you have to then clarify the situation because you've listened to the whole story. Empathize with them. Now this doesn't mean you have to sympathize. Just acknowledge that their feelings are true, even if they're dissatisfaction. Restate what they've already said. Both the facts that they've presented and their feelings. Their feelings are legitimate. So acknowledge their right to feel them. You can say, I can understand why you're so frustrated about this issue, having had to go all around campus trying to get it fixed. Just so I'm clear about what I need to do, your actual problem is X. Nodding a lot to assure that there's a communication link between you. Apologize. Well, even if you're not directly responsible, we can apologize. It's no skin off your nose if you say you're sorry that they were inconvenienced because of a problem. Try to repeat again both the facts and the feelings when apologizing so that they hear that you're concerned about them as a person and their issue and their computer. I can tell you're frustrated with this wireless connection. It can be complicated if the computer setup is different. Although we try to write the instructions for every kind of operating system, some settings can be tricky. Let's go over this together. You're apologizing for it being a problem, but you're going to get it done. Take responsibility for the action. Although we can't promise to fix every computer issue, and we never promise to fix anything within a specific time frame, we will endeavor to quickly and efficiently work on all the problems. So if you tell someone you're going to take an action, you either do it or you see that it's done. Take responsibility for the action that you promised to the customer. Everybody raise their right hand. I promise.
I promise
To keep all promises
to keep all promises
made to SDS customers, coworkers, and management.
Yes, customers, coworkers, and managers.
All right. Seriously though, hear them out, clarify the issue, determine the source of the customer's dissatisfaction, apologize, and take responsibility for making sure the problem is fixed to their satisfaction. All right, here's some words to remember. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. She looks happy. All right, I'm going to take us all on a walkabout here. All right, this will just be a little short period of wandering. Let's see what they say. As an occasional interruption to regular work. All right, I'm going to give you these forms here. These are some of the things we're going to be looking at while we're out walking around, things in the office. Again, we'll go over all these in August so that everybody can just select them on here. All right. Let's walk around out this way and we'll show you all these things. This is a Greg Technology Classroom. GTC for short. Let's go this way first. And I'll show you. This way, if anybody needs to know where those are. This is the storage closet with a toggle key. Sometimes there may be a need to come in here. This is where we keep a lot of our cards, some of our office supplies. The cable guys keep a lot of their equipment back here. My Christmas break, I cleaned this out. This is clean. This was so packed, you couldn't do anything. So we've got some old printers. Cable guys got some of their stuff. We keep the office supplies over here. We have our own popcorn machine. Extra cables. We'll pull this out on move-in week. Be handing out. I spend most of the time making popcorn. Some screens there from leftovers. Okay, come on back through. Close like that. Everybody out, that way, that way, that way. That way, that way, that way. Okay, switch the door. Okay. This is what we call the side door. This door here. That's everybody. So when somebody says lock up the side door, that's what we're talking about. This closet has some decorations in it and also some toners. Decorations. This is where I keep all my decorations for the office. These toners are for the color printer in the hallway. These are for the Village East. This is the only lab printer that has anything different than anybody else. So really, Alex Fernandez is going to be our Village East STC, so she'll probably be the only one needing these. But in case there's any reason to get in here, that's how you do it. Okay. This key is very important. Oh, when we tell people you're down the hall, it really means you're in the bathroom. That's kind of our euphemism. Here's where we keep the paper. As you can see, you're free to take cases of paper, reams of paper, whatever you need for your lab. If you're an STC, you can bring the paper 3 different ways, or 4 different ways, I guess. You carry your own. You got a hand cart there. We've got the pull carts, and then we also have a golf cart. And the golf cart training will be in August. Everybody will get some, show me your driver's license. Colleen will take you to around the golf cart, show you where it's parked, how to lock it up, how to drive it, where you can drive, things like that. This is where the toners are. It's usually full. Obviously, we have one right now. And there's a lab duty log. If you take paper or toner to a lab, you want to mark it down on here that you did that. This is just like a backup to know that the paper's going out to the labs that we think are using the paper. Kind of like double check. So that's important to do. All right. These keys are right here on this little hook. Don't ever put that key in your pocket, because you'll walk out of here with it and it's happened and it's not good. So just keep them in your hand, put them back on the hook. That's where they are. There's a Z27, which everybody will get. That will get you into just about any closet in a lab. Great technology classroom. There's a tech room in the back. There's also a CC33, which opens the front door. If you're ever here on a Saturday or Sunday, and we open at noon, and you'll have to open up the door, I believe you come through the door on the side, through the, they call that Uncle Joe's door, through that side, and then you take that key to unlock the doors. All right. The doors, I guess we should go around that way to see that. Well, I don't know. I'll redo this. The door's locked by pushing in that bar, turning the key, and it holds up. Light switches are over there on that side. That almost fills up everybody's. Here we are with the time clock. Everybody's been working with that. And this is the Greg Technology Classroom schedule. I print this out every day. If people come and say, I think I'm supposed to be in the classroom, direct them around there, but you can verify what's supposed to be in there at any time on here. I also print it out for the whole weekend too, if you look further. Sometimes you have to look on the back. But there's also a Greg, what's it called, conference with Greg, room up there in the corner.
Greg, library.
Yeah, there's another room up in the lobby.
Seminar upstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, the seminar.
Seminar room, right. And a lot of people get those two confused, so you might need to send them up that way. They have to go outside and look around. These are the check-in forms for when people bring in a computer and you have to check in. Mike will tell you all about those, but that's where those are kept. All right. On the counter, there are at least two, sometimes more. Clipboards with different forms on them. This is called a counter and call report. I make a report out of it. Whenever people are here and you're helping somebody with a phone call or somebody comes to the counter, you want to make a tick mark in the hour that they're here. We're trying to keep track of how busy we are in what hours. From noon, I'm here at 8 in the morning till midnight. So we want to keep track. This is really, really important. I know it's a silly thing to do, and it's one of those things you can forget about, but that's why it's right here in the middle of the counter, and just make your tick marks. If you kind of think, oh, I just saw 3 people, go ahead and put them down. We trust you, but we need this information. All right. The chairs here get moved around. Some gets pulled over there. Just make sure they're all kept out of the way of people walking through here. The countertop, as you can see, gets totally trashed at times, and so we want to keep this nice and clean. These cups are supposed to be in the back. We'll show you that. This is pretty bad here. Pretty bad example. This is a long-distance call log. We have a special code for the people working here to use if you need to call long distance. Almost everybody's phone is a cell phone now, and it's a long-distance call. If you don't want to use your own cell phone, which you may do that, but if you don't wish to, we have a code. The instructions are right here on the page. 9 to get out, 1 area code number, and then our code, 853-1985. So that's right here, and you want to write down what time you made the call, who you called, and what was it about. Usually it's about a trouble ticket, so that's what we've got here. Of course, we'll go over this all again in August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say if it's a 314 number, you don't need to call.
Yeah, if it's 314,
We'll
this is St. Louis. Yeah, I mean, but long distance calls need to be recorded. Again, somebody is double checking the usage. This is where the toners go when they're finished. If you've taken one out and replaced it, remember we're going to be running a status page that'll tell us how many pages we got out of each toner. You can stick that in the top like this one, or just stick it on the side, but they go here when they're empty. So so that the guy can come and pick them all up at the same time. Don't put them over there because those are the full ones, and you're just going to have somebody grab the wrong one. Okay? This particular, the computers at the front desk are set up to be administrative computers. They have a login that allows you into the main computer, that it will be giving you a whole list of all the different software that we use and all the different passwords that are required. STS admin is pretty much a standard one, and then we have a password that we'll give to everybody when it's just us, so that you'll be able to log in. All right, we'll go over this way. Come on in here. This is what we call the mouse pad. Try to make this comfortable and a good place for groups to work. The software on these dual screen monitors, there have a whole lot more hardware in them, especially the Mac one. It's got some GarageBand type stuff and Photoshop, and if you like doing extra special Mac stuff, that one's really good. The scanner is over here. Those are instructions there on the wall as to how to use the scanner. A lot of people come in looking for that. You can also tell people, you know, if they need to fax something, you can tell them when you could scan it and email it, because we're not going to be letting people fax things. This room will be a little bit bigger because I bring the plants in the wintertime. I'll be going back out to the pond. This is another door right here, this other side door. This goes into Cornerstone. When Cornerstone's open and we're open, it needs to stay open. If either they're closed or we're closed, it needs to be closed. Because we shouldn't be able to get into each other's places if somebody's not in each side. Now they're open pretty late too, so I'm pretty sure that at midnight when you close up, that's when you'll be closing up. All right. Cornerstone also has, let me tell you the text. As a tech, you may be required to go into the IDF rooms, intermediate distribution frames, where everything's plugged in for all the computers. Cornerstone has a room in the very back corner of their space that is one of these IDF rooms. You may not just walk right in through their stuff to get to that room. Yes, you do need to get to that room. Yes, you have privileges, you have responsibilities you need to do in that room, but you can't walk through their space without their permission. So it's become kind of a contentious thing. You need to go to their front door and go to the reception and say, I'm STS Tech, I need to go back to the room. Either somebody will walk you back there, or they'll say it's okay. Okay? We kind of go up this way so you can see how this all fits together. Cornerstone's very involved with a lot of the disability and ADA, things like that. So that's what the ramp is.
If I turn it off.
The door where the handicap sticker is their reception room, all the way over there. So if somebody comes in here looking for somebody in Cornerstone, or packages delivered, you know, this is where you want to tell them to go. You can bring them up here and say, you need to go to that door with the handicap sticker. A lot of times this glass office in the middle is locked. So they either have to go outside or go around on the inside of the glass office. So I'll explain that. All right. Okay, down this hall to the right, go ahead and turn right. These are the offices for everybody. We've got Barb and John and Colleen and the STARS office and the tech center. The copier and the fax machine here, this copier fax, all on the network. It's only for our use. Be careful that people don't kind of just wander around, especially after hours. When we're not here, there's no reason for anybody to be back here that's not part of STS. But we've had to put up some signs and say, look, this isn't for anybody's use, can't just come and copy. The faxing, they've cut that down now. You can fax if it's local, that's a 314, but if it's a long distance fax, they have to have the code. Just like I told you, we have a code that we can use. They have to have set up a long distance service with WashU, and they have their own code, which I don't know how many people here use their own phone, room phone, but I don't think anybody does that anymore. Anyway, so basically we're down to no faxing. You can tell them that there's faxing in the business center of the career center. I've been able to tell them that. Haven't had anybody come back and tell me they weren't able to, but that's what I've been told. This is a color printer, and again, this is not on the network. This is not to be used by students. Again, if they find it, if you see something that comes off that looks like somebody found it, they recycle it right away, and somebody comes and asks them. It's not for students. This is a server room. It has all kinds of plugs and wires, and it has a rolling cart that has laptops in it. You can set up to 15 laptops for different classes and things like that. There's also some checkout equipment that you can check out from our department. There's a mini projector, video camera, a regular digital camera, there's VGA cables, there's a form that John has for checking things out, and we keep track of it here and make sure people get that. This is almost always a management thing. It's not something we can just go get. I guess you have to have a manager to go into John's office or John to give it to you if somebody will take student IDs. We're going to keep track of our stuff this way. So there's equipment that people can check out from us. Here's our water cooler. And these we call our sustainability cups. Probably get a new color this summer for the next round of people, but you can decorate them any way you want and keep them here. I know that they don't have bottled water anymore on campus, but we do have this water, and you're free to use the water with your own cup, so we don't throw a bunch of trash. We are getting a new microwave and refrigerator. It hasn't been delivered yet, but this is where it's going to be. There's the old one, and there's the old one. This is our conference room / break room / party room. Yeah, you know, this is about all the room we have right now to do anything as a group, if it's small enough.
Yeah. I already mentioned it, John. He told me to go ahead.
But we'll want to keep these clean. You want to cover your food in the microwave. We don't want to mess in there. Stuff in the refrigerator, fresh and good. If it's bad, probably on Fridays I'll go through and throw stuff out. Label if you want. We don't eat food at the front desk. Drinks are okay on that lower counter. You don't want them up on the top. You don't want to knock things over. But no food at the front desk. We're really going to put our foot down on that.
No, I know what.
Subway onions.
No, even virtual digital software. No, I can't think of any virtual.
There is that back desk if you want to kind of put it back there. You know, it's not great, but
I can't imagine standing up with it.
you've got this back room. If you want to have somebody else up at the front while you eat back here or back here, that's no food. And then we got the tech. Talk about the room.
We'll stand outside.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Enjoy.
See how everybody kind of congregates in the back room? That's where everybody wants to be working, doing their thing, and running scans. Sometimes there could be 14, 15 computers in here all stacked up, waiting to be worked on. And you bring them in. I put them back over here, checked in, with their paper on the top. Here's how they look. A lot of times when I check something in at the front desk, I will use the label maker to put their last name on the thing, because these all look alike and they all get interchanged, and that's not great. So if you just don't mind doing that, doesn't have to, but it's just something, a little customer service thing that I do, you know, just put their name on the cord. These are how they look. They've got the check-in sheet on here. Anybody can look up the work order. On this computer almost always has the trouble ticket system up and running. And you can play music while you're back here if you want to. Whatever it takes to get the work done. Then this shelf is the ones that are picked up ready to go. People are calling them, telling them they're ready. I've got this whole shelf of tools. Michael spent some time telling you how they work, what they're for. We've got some tool kits. Usually in the summer I read through all the tool kits and try and make whole ones because all the pieces and parts get all separated. We've got an air compressor for cleaning out. We don't have to use canned air. You can blow out the keys. Like I said, we've got the golf cart. Occasionally somebody might ask you to do some maintenance on the golf cart. Either fill up the battery or wash the windows, or you know, it's just kind of a privilege to get to use it, and it may be the day that he decides that we want to work on it too. You know. Okay, yeah, you can do it if you take it out and wash it. I think that's about it on my tools, and keep this room clean. Again, you can see it's kind of a clean job. It is constant. Anybody have any questions? Anything that you think needs to be explained a little better? No? All right. Well, I appreciate y'all coming in. I was going to say after hours, but it doesn't matter to you guys, does it? I guess I'll see you around the campus, and come in and see us anytime this summer if you're around, and we'll see y'all in August.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
When do we arrive in August? What time?
Let's go back through to the middle here in my office, and we'll show you what the calendar looks like.
And I don't think they clocked.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah. Yep. I haven't do that. There's a first aid kits in here. Lost and found, yeah, that's stuff.
Yeah, there's stuff in
When somebody comes and checks out their computer, when they come to pick it up, they sign that form, and then the form goes in here. That's what this drawer is signed. Let's go in here and kind of stand around my, this is my office. This is the summer calendar here. All these labs are going to be used for the they use this like a hotel in the summertime.
Book bag.
Was it empty?
Special programs, like user groups, and anyway, all these labs are going to be used. But this is the day that this is a Sunday. You guys will be able to come in on this date. Anytime this weekend is usually what they do. They let you come in on the weekend, and then we're going to be doing training. So August 22nd is the day that I would expect people to be arriving at school, so that we can begin training on the 23rd and the 24th. We get a day off, and then we get hit with the move-in. We're going to offer the techs some golf cart training on this afternoon, because the STCs will go to their labs and decorate them, get them all ready. So we'll have some time this afternoon, in this Tuesday afternoon. We'll get some golf cart training. So this is the week that these 4 days are really serious. Even when you I think school starts on a Tuesday or something. I'm not sure. I haven't checked that yet, but so that's the plan. Okay. Anything else? All right. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you. Just keep smiling.